All right, KMR. We're gonna take apart a 20B Mazda rotary engine today, a Mazda 3 rotor. This happens to be a customer project. It came in for a couple reasons. We're gonna address low oil pressure as well as port the block and strengthen it with studding. So it's coming in for some modifications as well as improvements. I don't think I've ever done a actual 3 rotor teardown, so I figured this was a great candidate. We're gonna jump right into it. With 3 rotors, you're disassembling from the center plate. You're not stacking in one individual direction, you're actually split down the middle. So it makes it a little unique. The first thing I did was I removed the long tension bolts from the back end of the motor. It's still held together to the center plate via the 13B tension bolts. And then once you've done that, and obviously we've already removed our front cover, our rear counterweight, our front stack, and our dry sump plate. So we're onto tension bolts. And from the front, you've got a similar situation. You know, those long bolts come all the way up through the back, along with 13B bolts to the center plate. In the front, you've got shorties holding you to the center plate. Now, this is all well and good for a somewhat factory engine, but when it comes to really creating strength, what we're going to do is we're going to run studs all the way through the block. But for disassembly purposes, we've removed the long bolts that would hold the motor together entirely while leaving the 13B half together. And then we flip to the front, and we're going to remove our short bolts so we can access the front stack, or front rotor chamber. Yeah, front rotor chamber. And to do that, we've got a couple more tension bolts to pull. You'll notice a few that are regular rotary sized. They're just shorties. And then you've got the fatties. There's 2 fatties depending on the generation of the block. It's not consistent. Sometimes you won't have any fatties, but in this block, it's an earlier block, so you get the fatty shorty. And another fatty shorty. From the back, you had longies that are regular size and longies that were fatties. You can kind of see the difference. I think Mazda did this for strength. Obviously, when we stud the blocks, this doesn't matter anymore. So within the 4 different generations of 20Bs, they do have some variations in what that tension bolt pattern is. Some don't have large ones. All right, now we're going to pop this front plate off. There we go. Now I want to be really careful of the bearing. Sometimes I'll actually remove this main bearing, but it really doesn't matter as long as you're being careful. You just don't want to hit the bearing on the shaft as you're coming up. So very important to keep it square and then get it up over the shaft. And now you can see inside your front chamber. Looks like we've got some solid corner seals. Oh, it's got solid dowels. I hate solid dowels. And we've got 3mm apex seals. So interesting modifications for something that wasn't really seeing much boost. Bearing looks real nice. All right, now that presents generally a problem. There's no good way to pull those out ever. That may change my approach. We'll go ahead and remove this rotor. Come back here. I'm going to want my outer black water seal. It's a great rubber band to retain apex seals. I'm kind of looking at these. Looks like they're corner piece down potentially. We'll bring this up, wrap our rubber band around our water seal, and now we've got our apex seals trapped. I'm still holding them, I bring it up and out. It's a very nice looking rotor. fairly stock looking. A couple corner seals. There's the corner pieces. Corner seal springs. They all kind of fell out. I wonder what the side seals feel like on this motor. I didn't build it. It's low miles. No, everything's falling out. I'll come back to that. Everything stays right there. Now we're going to look at these solid dowels. They gave me nothing. I've got nothing to pull these out with. It's really nice when they tap them. All right, pause video. I'm gonna go invent a tool. And then we'll be able to resume. We'll pop our front lobe off, which requires a special Mazda tool. And then we'll work our way from the back. All right, so we invented some puller tools, and 45 minutes later, the magic of the internet, we got these bad boys out. Definitely increased strength, solid dowel pins. I'm not a huge fan of them because in the long run, studding the block would be stronger. You're providing more support equally around versus just in two places. And in this case, because they're letting the oil pass right here on the center plate, they weakened it right where you kind of want the strength. So cool, but I think we can do better. All right, so we're going to pop the front lobe off, which requires the Mazda specialty tool. We've got this nice little cap to protect the end of the shaft. And then we got our factory Mazda 3 rotor tool that drops down on. This bolt goes into the front lobe, which is threaded. And then we're able to impact that off. There we go. Oh my, not very much press on that one. Considering they're supposed to be on there 310 or 390 foot-pounds. Depending on the specs you're reading, I think I usually go for about 375. Something came off pretty easy. Probably could have given it a light tap. Either way, we used the tool, very cool. We got our protective cap off, and now we can lift our front lobe right off. Very carefully. They've got their own keyway. It should be a press fit and it should be dry. It's hard to say at this point. It feels pretty wet. It was definitely not super tight. I'd question whether that was to spec, but maybe we just got lucky. It was an easy removal. All right. Front rotor housing off. We'll save our water O-ring for holding apex seals. Rotor housing looks real nice. Alright, so like I said, these motors are fairly modular, so the front end is built from the middle outwards, and now we can flip it over and we're basically dealing with a 13B. So carefully, we're going to rotate. There we go. But we make these engine stand heads, so they're kind of custom. You can invent one, they're not that hard. If anybody were to need one, or I could weld one up for somebody. All right, so now we're basically taking apart a 13B with a very long eccentric shaft, so we're gonna remove the rest of our shorter 13B length hardware, which goes to the front plate. I already loosened this up earlier. Well, I thought I did. Got one tight one. Still dealing with tighties. not supposed to be this tight, but whoever put this together didn't lube the tension bolt seals, and that can cause false tightening and binding. So we've had a whole series of tension bolts that either weren't all the way tight or were excessively tight. Don't do that. It's bad building etiquette. I didn't build this motor, but I do know what the person did. All right. Shorties out, basically 13B FD3S style tension bolts. I'm gonna replace all those with studs. All right, same thing. I mean, if you're worried about it, you can pop the rear bearing out alone. I usually bring them out with the rear plate. Nice brass hammer so we don't hurt anything. Don't hit anywhere important, and brass is softer than cast iron. We're gonna bring this up nice and careful. There we are. Ooh, that's no good. It's all rusty in there. Why are we rusty? That's usually a sign of water. It's definitely water in here. Interesting. Alright. Not going to worry about it yet. But I do want all three corner seals. So we got our three corner seals, our corner pieces. We're going to be replacing some of this stuff, even though it's real low miles. Just better options. And then rusty rear rotor. Let's bring it up just a little. I've got an outer water O-ring again. I'll just wrap that around. Holds all my apex seals. Wrap the fingers around for good measure. Bring it out, don't hurt the bearing. Nice race bearings. Mazda Speed race bearings, good choice. Alright, so we've got front and rear out. But we have questionable water leakage for some reason. We're going to investigate further. Alright, and all of our corner seals fell out. We'll grab those. There we go. Alright, just a little tap tap. Huh. A little bit of heat scoring around your trail spark plug hole. The spark plugs were too warm that was in the engine, so I mean, I could be relative to spark plug choice, but we'll further investigate that. Right. There's no obvious water seal breakage or breaches. But we're going to investigate further. We'll check everything for flatness. We'll make sure everything is perfect. All right, next we got to kind of float this thin center plate over the shaft. Just a little wiggle. Make sure we're loose. There we go. Come right up and out. So we're not wet in the center. It's just that rear chamber. I mean, it looks like there's some kind of water seal issue in that rear chamber, to be honest. All right. Capture all of our parts just for good measure. We're gonna have to check all of this stuff for proper tolerances. But we've basically done it. I mean, motors broke down. We can take our shaft out. I leave them nice and oily. We're going to check it for straight. We're going to look at all of our bearing wear. We'll wrap it in a towel for now. keep it safe. I mean, that's gold, almost irreplaceable. The centers and the shafts. And then here we have our last rotor, our middle rotor. We'll get another rear O-ring. Let's get our corner pieces saved, just for good measure. Anything that's loose. These seals feel all right. A little loose, but we're gonna have to check them all. Came up just a little. Rubber band. I think I'm missing one though. Yeah, get it with my finger. And center rotor out. Okay. All right, so I mean that's a that's a 3-rotor breakdown. For the most part, they're definitely a little more complicated than a 13B because you're working from both sides and you need specialty tools. But we're happy to help. If anybody needs 20B service, rotary engine service, anything like that, you know, one of my favorite motors to work on is the 20B. I love these things. So this one, we're going to address some oiling concerns. We're going to figure out why we got water in the rear, and we're going to make some upgrades to Apex Seal Choice. We're going to port it and we're going to stud it. I would have used Hylamar. If you notice, I mean, your water O-rings are swollen, so it's most likely Vaseline or petroleum based. This is factory, and I like using Hylamar. The Mazda Speed and Racing Beat use. Interesting, even the oil control dowel pin O-rings are really crushed. I mean, for the runtime, it's almost like these should be in better condition. It's okay. I'm gonna get factory ones back in there. It'll be all happy again. All right, the really good news is your center bearing looks fantastic, and that's super important because you can't even get those right now. And if you do, they're really expensive. And our center plate looks okay as well. All right, I'm gonna call that a wrap. We're tore down. Thanks for watching, KMR.